We are here to discuss developments in the electoral reform long promised by the Liberal government. Katie, what can you tell us about it?
Well, this week we finally got our first look at how the Liberals are planning to approach this, and perhaps predictably, they're going to strike a committee. It's going to be an all-party committee that is going to have members, both Elizabeth May, who's with the Green Party, and the Bloc Québécois will also have seats on this committee, but there's a catch. They won't get to vote, and the way the numbers work out, the Liberals will still have the majority at that committee. And as you can imagine, that is producing not the best reaction from the other parties, who feel like, you know, they're kind of setting it up so the fix is in. So I think that that's the main controversy, or the main issue right now, is how do you get some legitimacy for this committee when it looks like the government's just going to be calling all the shots?
And as well, it seems like the referendum, the R word, has been floated a little bit, but no firm commitments from the Liberals on that.
No, and I wouldn't expect it. That's come up repeatedly, actually. That's one of the things that the Conservatives especially have really been pushing. I think they're the only party that's kind of behind the idea that a referendum is a must-have. It'll be interesting to see if the Liberals do kind of hold firm against that notion. So far, they seem to be fairly committed to their stance, but again, we'll see. One thing that I really feel I have to point out, just because Elizabeth May always mentions this and she's right, the Referendum Act, as it currently stands, is unworkable. It is so out of date. It doesn't have limits. For instance, it doesn't limit corporate and union donations because it was drafted before that became a thing in political financing. So before we even think about having a referendum, we actually have to update our Referendum Act, which I just mentioned, so we all know that.
I'm Tyler Dawson.
I'm Katie O'Malley.